Good afternoon, everybody. Dr. Ben Adkins here. It's good to see all those familiar names out there on the call, or if you're happen to be watching this as a recording later, it's good to see you too, and thanks for taking the time to go through this. Today's call is all about how to sell websites, and to me, websites are one of the coolest things to sell as an offline marketer. It's one of the most boring things to sell, to be real honest, and it's one of the most time-consuming things to put together if you don't have the right software and the templates to do it right. But if you've got that down, then it really becomes an issue where it's easy. And all you really have to know after that is how to sell a website. So what I want to talk to you a bit about today first, and probably the first couple minutes, is exactly why websites is a great thing for your business to offer, even if that's not where you make the majority of your money. All right. This next thing is we're going to go through, basically the things you need to do to sell websites and the things you need to do to get it out there. It's one of the simplest things in the world. It's how huge offline businesses are built if you do it the right way. So we're probably going to keep this as a very, very short call today because what I've got is very defined, but make sure you've got notes. That what you're seeing on your screen will not change. This is me basically going through my system from memory. And you're going to get a very chill and laid back walkthrough as to what we're doing. I'm not going to waste much of your time. You're looking at about 20 to 30 minutes for me to give you exactly how we sell these things like a pro and why it's important. So if you're ready to go, just type into the box and say you're ready to go and you're excited and you're ready to learn this stuff, and you're excited that we're going through it quick too. So all right, good. Got a lot of good stuff coming through. Everybody's ready to rock. That is good. So what we are going to do is I want to make sure that first things first, you understand why this is important. Okay, why are websites easy? That's a great jumping off point for your offline business. Well, first things first, everybody gets websites. There's not an offline business owner on the planet these days. Okay, there's really very few. I would say 90 to 95% of offline business owners out there get that they need a website. Okay, they get that they need a website, and what's cool is even if they already have a website, it's probably not something they're super proud of. So it puts you in a very, very good position because the people that have websites and that are proud of them out there in the offline business world, I would venture to say that's around 10% of those that are out there. Okay, so that's a very important thing for you to understand because here's the thing. What is the number one problem most of us have with selling our high-level offline services? Well, it's because you have to explain it. And because it's expensive, and it's an expensive thing that you have to explain why they need. And that's a huge problem, especially when you're going in cold. Because listen, we all only know so many people. And it gets to a point where to grow our business, we have to start working with people we don't know that well. And when we don't know people that well, we don't have trust. And trust is the number one thing you have to have. And that's why it's much easier to sell in a local area. It's much easier to sell to people you know because you already probably have some trust built up or they're willing to give you a shot. The thing is how do you sell to people your big services, the stuff you make on, a lot of money on month after month? How do you sell those things if you don't have that trust? And that's where websites come in for us. Websites are an easy thing for people to jump on, okay? So we love websites because everybody knows they need them. It's not hard for us to put it out there. Now, if you have a system that's templated down where you can just pop out a website fast and it look really, really good, which is what a lot of people are on this call today for, is because they have picked up a system to do that. Now they've got the tools to do it. Now how do they go sell this stuff? So what we're going to go through is that. So first things first, the cool thing is people get they need websites. Okay, they get that they need websites. An offline business owner knows they need it. It's not a hard sell for you to make to convince them that they need one or they need a new one. The downside of websites is it can suck up all of your time if you're building these things the hard way and you're doing ultra customized things. I screwed that up a lot when I first started because I was building websites to build my business. That's how I started with my offline business, and that's a problem. And websites, let me tell you, they're not the thing that's going to keep you interested unless you just love building websites, you love design. They're not something that's going to help you in the long haul grow your business to staggering heights, because even if you love design and you love building these things, typically you can't build them quick enough to scale your business. Okay, so we build websites to get customers through the door. All right, Let me repeat that. We build websites for offline businesses to get customers through the door, and the long-term goal is to get a customer that paid us for something tangible, which as tangible as a website can be. They paid us for something tangible, we delivered a result, and we grew trust. Does everybody on the call understand that? And hopefully if you're watching a replay later on down the road, you understand that too. But do you understand the whole point of building something is you have a service that has a completion date. Okay, let me repeat that. You have a service that has a completion date. They hire you for a website, they agree to pay a number, and there is a time when that job is done. And when the job is done, you can say, hey, we did a good job for you. Hope you love this. Here it is. This is what we have to do ongoing. So does everybody understand that? Is there anything else that you guys are missing as far as that goes with what we're talking about? With how to sell websites and why it's important and why websites are your foot in the door. I'm not going to go through any software or anything how to do it. You've got training on that if you've bought any of the tools, okay? The idea is the websites are your foot in the door. Now, here's the other thing. Do you think you could probably build a whole business on just building websites if you've got a good templated tool out? Do you think you could do that? What do you guys think? Do you think you could build out a whole business on building websites? Yeah, I know people that do it all the time and they have their business. But let me tell you what the crap part of that is. And this is what will really wake you up. The crap part of that is the recurring income can be difficult because it can be pretty much non-existent other than to cover your cost. And selling websites, you're always having to hustle down new customers. Now that gets easier when you have people referring customers in, but you're always having to get new customers. So what do you think the answer is with your offline business? We're using websites to get our foot in the door. You could make a living doing websites, but the key is upsells. It's about having your main key services that people buy into, that pay you on a monthly basis, and that's where your main income comes from. Does everybody understand that? All right, so these websites are our foot in the door, and they're fast to build if you've got the software to do it, or you've got the templates that make it easy and they look good and people will be excited about it, and it's with a fast result. But the key is these are our foot in the door. You have to have that service that's your big thing, your flagship. How many of you on the call today live have a flagship product? And what is it? Feel free to type that in the box. What is your flagship product? What is the thing that's expensive, but it's the thing that defines your company? Apple, what's Apple's flagship product, would you say, guys? You know, if we're looking at Apple as a company, what is their flagship product, the thing that really makes them tick? Now, they've got a lot of products, but what is the thing that mass audience, they're using it? It's the iPhone. Exactly. That's their flagship. It's not the most expensive, but it's definitely their flagship. What is the thing that makes your company your company? That's what I want you to say. You know, with me, you know, there's a couple things. Social media is a big deal. Video SEO is a big deal for my company. So those are the things that we upsell after we've got the trust built. But you have to have those upsells and you have to have prices on them. Does everybody get that? Just making sure everybody's on the same page as me and you're good to go. Okay, now if you get that, let me walk you through the process of how to connect the selling of the website and doing the website and upselling your service. And as soon as we do that, I'm going to teach you how to actually sell the websites. Okay, so how do you connect these things? Once you sell them a website, do not deliver the website as quickly as you can build it. Now let me repeat that. When you build these websites, if you've got a template down, if you've got a strategy down, typically you can build these websites in a day or two, but never deliver them in a day or two. Okay, always shoot your customer 2 weeks to a month to get it started. I like going with around a month for me to deliver the completed project. Now, we can get it done in a couple days, but I like giving them a month because it makes it seem like we put a whole lot more work into it, and that's very important. The thing is during that month, 2 weeks to a month, you are building anticipation, and you have to get them excited. So it's a science and it's a psychology of getting them excited about this thing that they're paying for. And they're waiting, and then you give them their first draft. They get excited, they tell you about the changes, and then you go back and you make the changes. They wait a little bit longer, they're waiting, and then you deliver the finished product, and they're happy. Now, as soon as they're happy, one of the big things that you want to ask for is a testimonial. If they love their website and it's awesome, just a quick testimonial. How do we do testimonials? You get them on the phone, you get them in person, whatever it is, ask them to record the testimonial so that you can have it transcribed later, but get them to say, we absolutely love the website that we have built. So what I do is this. I have a couple questions that I ask. Number one is, why did you decide to do business with us? How did you find us? The second is, tell us about how happy you were with the quality of the work that was delivered to you. And then after that, would you recommend a friend or another business owner to use our services? That's how you do really good testimonials really fast. Ask those questions. It'll take 2 minutes. They can answer it. You've got a great testimonial on the line. Okay? Now, as soon as you get done with the testimonial, this is what you do. As soon as they give you that testimonial, they're happy, and they're so happy that they told the world about it in the testimonial. The next thing you do is say, hey, sometime I would like to set up a meeting with you to talk to you about our insert your flagship service. Does everybody get that? You deliver the service, you make it about a month span to bust it out for them and put it in front of them. You get the testimonial when you deliver and they're happy with the final product. As soon as they're happy with the final product, you hit them up and you say, hey, would there be a good time to talk to you about this other thing that we do? Okay? Everybody follow that. Do you see how to connect the first thing that you're doing, which is the website service, all the way down to the thing you're going to be upselling? Everybody follow me so far? Follow me so far on that? Good. Like I said, I'm trying to cram in an amazing amount of information into a short period of time so you guys can go back and watch this anytime you want and have the full thing in front of you and it not take you forever to go through it. That's my goal with today's call. Like I said, we're only going like 20, 30 minutes here. So we've got that. Now, we've gone through why you do websites. We talked about the good things, the bad things. We've gone through that. We've talked about how you connect, completing the website project and going in and getting a testimonial so you can sell more websites, but also taking from that testimonial and taking them into a place where you are also pitching your next service. And now it's easy to pitch your next service because they want to listen to you. You have their ear and they're happy with you. So that's where we are so far. We're at the point where we've gone through, you have your big service that's a little more expensive. You have, your monthly recurring, whatever your service may be. We've talked about why websites lead into it. Who wants to know about how to actually sell the websites in the first place now? Like that's from the ground up. We've kind of talked about the advanced stuff. I went through this backwards because I thought it was a very cool way to do it. We've gone through backwards. Now I want to tell you how to actually sell the websites. Make sure if you've not been taking notes thus far, you're taking notes now, okay? So here's the thing. This is the key to success for you, okay? These are the things that you need to absolutely know to get started and go out of the gate. Number one, I know this is going to get asked, so let me just go ahead and say it. For a new website, how much should you be charging to do a new website and be taken seriously in the marketplace? What do you guys think? Feel free to type it in the box, and I'm going to read out the answers, but type in the box, what do you think you should be charging for a brand new website? And this is a simple 4-pager, guys, 4 to 5 pager. Nothing fancy, but it looks amazing. It's got to look good, okay? They have to be proud of it when they show their friends and fellow business owners. But what is a good number? Okay, well, a good number for me is do not ever do any website builds. I don't care how fast. If you can crank these out in an hour, I don't care. Don't ever charge below $2,000, okay? And the reason is if you charge below $2,000, nobody's really going to take you seriously. That's all there is to it. Now, you can go anywhere between $2,000 to $10,000. We've gone, way high up there depending on what we've done, but $2,000 is your bare minimum. I don't care where you are in the country, okay? $2,000 is your minimum. So here's the thing. How can we get away with that even with smaller businesses? Because there's some businesses that can't just write you a check for $2,000. It would be a substantial impact on them, especially if they're just getting started or they're a smaller business. How do we do that? How do we do that? How do we do that, guys? Payment plans. And this is key, and I want everybody to get this down. You can have a monster business if you master payment plans, okay? So let's say someone can't afford to pay you $2,000 up front. Well, why don't you do this? For the next few months, you put them on a payment plan. How many small businesses can afford $300 a month until they get their $2,000 website paid off? How many can afford $400 a month or $500 a month until they get their new website paid off? Do you guys see what we're doing? And that's the thing. It's not your price that needs to go down, okay? It's not your price that needs to go down. Never underprice yourself because a business can't afford you. Give them payment plans. It's that simple. Listen, I've run a chiropractic practice from the bottom, and I know what it was like to start out with no money, but I always knew we needed certain things. So it was not a hard thing as long as it didn't interrupt our cash flow. Do you guys understand one of the most important things to small businesses is cash flow? It's not that they don't know they need something. It's can they afford it, and can they afford it now? And if you can give them a way to afford something that they know they need now by putting a payment plan in front of them, gold. It's absolute gold. So does everybody understand that? Yeah. Yeah. And the beautiful thing is that they stiff you on the bill. Yeah, you can always pull the website away as long as you're doing the hosting, and that's very, very important too. All right, so here's the keys. Let's go through actually how to sell these things from the ground up. I know we've covered everything backwards here, and we've gone through how to take this from the back, but here's how you do it. Number one, pick one vertical. All right, that is my number one piece of advice. If you want to be successful, you want to scale your business, pick one vertical. If you're doing all kinds of different kinds of sites, it's going to be very difficult for you to become a master and template this out as well as you want. So if you're doing a dentist today, you're doing a law firm tomorrow, you're doing a chiropractor the next day, that's not bad. It's money, but it's going to be very hard for you to scale. I would much rather be the dentist guy, the guy that builds websites for dentists. I'm known as that because word gets around fast. And what is one of the number one things that when you put a website in front of somebody, what's one of the number one things that they want to see before they hire you? What do you think that is? What's one of the number one things that they want to see before they hire you? They want to see past work, correct? Yeah, they want to see your past work. And listen, if you're pitching a dentist and you've worked with 20 other dentists in the past, or if you've worked with one dentist in the past when you're just getting started, the key is that you are focused on that, and you are the professional at building websites for that vertical. So tip number one for you guys is pick one vertical and go after it. The next thing is use Facebook, use Google to find leads. Do not make finding leads hard. What are the two things that need to be in place for someone to need a website if they have a small business? What are the two things that need to be in place? What are two key things that have to happen? Number one, their business has to be open. They don't need to have closed down. They have to have a business. They have to have a way for generating income, okay? That's rule number one. Number two is, do they have a website and are they happy with it? You guys understand that that's your criteria for finding clients, is do they have a website and are they happy with it? If they don't have a website, they're prime game. If they have a website and they aren't happy with it, they're prime game. That's it. That's all you need to know. We don't need to do much more than know we're one vertical and we're going after, let's just say we're going after dentists. We're going after dentists. We're going after dentists, and our ideal dentists are the ones that have a practice that's open and they either don't have a website or they have a website that could be better. That's it. So you can go into Facebook, you can find people that are in your setup. Does anybody want to know how to do that? Anybody want to know how to do that? Just give me a yes if so. All right, here's what I want you to do. Go into Facebook. I want you to go to Facebook right now. And I want you to type in the top in the graph search, I want you to type in dentist offices. That's it. Dentist offices. And then if you want to work in a particular area, type dentist offices in and then type the location. That's all you have to do. And then Facebook's going to spit out a list of people with phone numbers that have Facebook pages. And from those Facebook pages, typically you can go find their websites too. It's a great, great way for you to look up and see what they're doing. If they're working on Facebook, by the way, they're probably somewhat focused on getting new people through the door with technology. That's a great way to do it. And if you're like me and you are really, really focused on Facebook marketing, does this set us up down the road to have our upsell in place? It absolutely does, because now I have that intelligence in front of me too. I can say, I want to build a website for this person because I know 3 months down the road, I'm going to pitch them my Facebook service. So you're playing this like a game of chess, okay? You're finding your clients based on what you want to eventually sell them, and you're putting the website in front of them to get the relationship started. Does everybody understand that? That's probably the most important thing I can say on this call today, is you're making a move now and you're searching for your clients in a certain way so that you can sell them whatever service you want down the road. So if we're selling social media, we're finding our clients probably on Facebook, right? Even though we're going to enter the relationship with trying to sell a website, we're going through the door with Facebook. What if we want to sell SEO services? How do you think we're going to actually find our clients? Where do you think we would find our clients if we were going in and we were trying to do SEO? Well, we're going to go to Google and we're going to find the people on the 3rd page of Google, right? And we're going to lead in with, hey, we would love to do some website stuff for you and build you out a website. And that's the key. Does everybody understand that? You find your clients based on what you want to sell them a month and 2 months down the road. Not with what you're going to intro with, which is the website, but what you're going to sell them a couple months down the road. Offline businesses, they need your stuff. You just have to sequence it correctly. Okay, that's big. That's big. Okay, moving in. How do you find clients? We got that. The next thing is, let's say you're wanting to sell local. Let's go into this. Trade shows. How many of you have ever been to a local trade show, or you've been to a dental trade show? Or a dental CEE, where they're getting their continuing education stuff, guys. How many of you have ever been to a continuing education event? For chiropractors, let me tell you how these things go. For chiropractors, they put us in a room, and for hours on end, we have to listen to a boring speaker. And then we come out, and there are people in booths trying to sell us stuff, which we love to go see what they're trying to sell us. Do you think that that's a prime place for you to set up your chiropractic websites so they can see them and possibly get in front of them? Or if you're at a dental one, to set up your dental websites, have a 1 computer monitor and sit at a booth, spend a couple $100 to get a booth, and put your stuff in front of them. Do you think that you can kill it doing that? And the answer is absolutely yes. Okay? The next thing is your local chamber of commerce. Any local area that we want to attack, where do you think my first phone call is? Before I even call these businesses, where do you think my first phone call is? When I say, you know what, I'm going to attack this city, even though it's 4 states away, where do you think my first phone call is? And it's the local chamber of commerce. Because what will the local chamber of commerce tell you about an area before you start calling businesses in that area? They will tell you everything you need to know, because they're going to approach that phone call from you like you're moving your business to their area. So they'll say, well, this is one of the #1 dentists that we have in town. These are some of the others. And they're going to give you a lot of intelligence. Most people do not use chamber of commerces to their full potential. If you are an offliner, if you are a local business marketer, you need to get darn good at calling chambers, because chambers will give you so much information about the area, the top businesses, the not so top businesses. They will tell you everything you need to know so that you have a ton of intelligence before you go attack that area and try to get customers. Does everybody understand that? I feel like that's another one of those take-home points that will absolutely take your business to the next level if you understand how to use a chamber of commerce. And they'll tell you this stuff on the phone, by the way. It's the absolute truth. With the chamber of commerce, if you can get in good with them, they will start acting like a salesperson for you. So if you're selling websites and you say, hey, we would love to work with, people that are members of the chamber. We can even give a discount to chamber members. And you know what? We'll build the chamber a new website if you guys ever want one, or you have a project that you need a website for. We'll build it as long as you will refer us out to others. And your chamber becomes now a selling point for you. The next thing is, guys, your friends. When you're first starting, you don't have any clients, go to the businesses that you frequent often and offer them your services. Build up a portfolio. Do you realize how much easier it is to sell websites when you have at least 2 or 3 under your belt? It's super easy. Super, super easy. So the idea here is this, and I'm just going to recap. Number one, in the past couple of minutes, I've given you everything you need to know as to how to find potential clients and how to go after them. Okay? It's as simple as picking up the phone, sending them an email, and saying, hey, saw the website. This is what we do. We would love to talk to you about a website. I know that sounds a little salesy, but you know how many times that turns into a real relationship? Especially if you're on the phone. Do not be afraid of calling businesses. Because, guys, I'm going to tell you, I can't tell you how many times I got a cold call from some business, and it just happened that was something I needed right then. And especially if they would cut me a deal, I would do business with them and give them a shot. So the idea is use Facebook, use Google, use Craigslist, whatever you got to do, but base how you find your potential clients that you're going to sell this website for on what you're going to sell them a couple months down the road once you've completed the website project. That's how we find our clients. After that, trade shows, Chamber of Commerce, all that. Make sure you're using payment plans when you charge these businesses so that they feel like they can afford it and it's an easy decision for them. That's a huge, huge thing. After that, as soon as you complete this website, you sign them up a month later, even though it only took you a day to build the website because you have templates built out for it. A month down the road, get in front of them, final website done. As soon as you get the website done, ask for a testimonial. As soon as the testimonial is complete and they're feeling good about you, ask them for another meeting to pitch your other stuff. Guys, we just knocked this out in about 25 minutes. Do I have any questions? Do I have any questions from you guys about anything that I didn't cover today? I wanted to make sure I did this fast so that this was a resource that you could use for the next 5 years. And the way this is done, trust me, if you go through this thing, I guarantee you for the next 5 years, this can be a resource. This is not something that's going to go out of style. I promise you. I promise you, this will not go out of style. This is a timeless thing that you just learned today if you take everything in and you use it. So is there anything I didn't cover? Is there anything that I missed today that you have questions about? Now is your chance to ask. And if for some reason, like I said, you're watching this on a replay, feel free to post a comment anywhere where you're actually seeing this. So the 54-day concept. 54-day concept. Are you referring to specifically, are you getting an idea of how all that works? Like, what do you mean with the 54-day concept, Dean? Just ask, because I want to know what you're saying exactly. What I would usually mean with the 54-day concept, Dean, is this. How long is 2 months? How long is 2 months? 2 months, pretty much 60 days, right? So let me ask you something, Dean. In the next 54 days, and the reason I chose 54 is because it's under 2 months. It fits. In the next few days, if you did everything I talked about with finding your leads, getting on the phone, going to trade shows, talking to Chamber of Commerce's, if every week your goal was to contact and do 20 of these things. So if I said use Facebook and Google to find leads, you found 20 to 40 leads and you got on the phone with 20 of them, okay? You got on with 20 or 40 of them. You went to one trade show a week or one trade show a month. Do you think in 54 days, if you were hitting it that hard and you were focused on just selling websites, not any of this other crap that's going on, do you think that you would have mad clients? Like I'm telling you, you get focused on selling websites, I can almost guarantee you that if you do everything you need to do, you get on the phone every day, you talk to businesses, you go out, and you're focused just on selling websites for 2 months, 54 days-ish. But 2 months you're doing this. I guarantee you if you do it, you will have clients. And what happens when you have 10 to 20 clients, Dean? You now have a base of people to get testimonials from and to upsell your services. The problem is everybody's trying to get people, these new local marketers, they're trying to get them to do the hard thing first, okay? The hard thing first. So John's got a good question. I'm really glad you brought this up, John. John, when you have everything templated out, like I know you guys, everybody on this call right now has the software that my good buddy put together where you can build these sites fast. Build out templates. When you've got someone on the phone and you're talking to them about a website, building out a demo site for them is an excellent way to sell it. Because why, John? the reason is basically this. You build out a demo site, as soon as you put that in front of them, they start seeing that. And what's interesting is once they start seeing that demo, they start imagining themselves in it. We call it the used, or not the used, we call it the test drive concept. You're basically giving them a test drive. The reason car dealerships give you test drives is because you start imagining yourself in the car. And that's the same thing that happens with these demo sites that you send out. If you send out a demo site, it gives you that much more chance to actually do it. So a lot of times, John, when I pick up the phone to call a business, I have a link ready. I will tell them, hey, can I get an email address for you guys? You know, I don't want to bug you today. I know you're busy. I know the owner's busy. But can I get the owner's email address so I can send him one of these demo sites? And if he's interested in a call, we'll set up something. It'll only take 5 minutes, and he can call me back. Do you see how that works, John? Yeah. And that's the key. That's the key. Yeah, John, a demo site is just a site within their genre. You know, it doesn't have to be built out to them. It just has to be a site that you got up that gives them an idea of what it's going to be looking like in the end. Okay, so you're going to say, hey, your site would look like this, but more customized to your business. Your logo would be here. Your name would be here. You could have different stuff based on your business on this site too. And that's what we're looking at. So does that help, guys? John, did that answer the question? Very good, guys. Very, very good. All right, any other questions? I moved through everything pretty quickly. I feel like we have a nice set and a nice instruction guide of how to build this out. We went fast, but I know we covered pretty much everything today. What else you guys got for me? All right, I'm not seeing anything across. If I missed something, feel free to type it again, but I'm not seeing anything new on my screen. All right. Guys, thank you so much for being here today. Like I said, I try to be respectful of your time and get this out and get you the information you need. I will have this replay up. You'll be able to find it. If for some reason you can't find it, feel free to hit my help desk up. That's drben.co/help. And I will make sure that we get you a copy of the replay. This will be up and ready for you to go. Go out there and do it. Here's what I want you to do. One more thing. If you're just getting into this and you're really trying to blow this out of the water, I want you to pull out a calendar right now. And I want you to basically do this. If it is a Monday, like so next Monday is when you're going to start, okay? So let's just say next Monday. I know this is the beginning of the week, but I want you to get everything planned out and get your demo sites built so you can showcase these. But every Friday, if you've not done enough to close 2 to 3 clients, then you're behind, okay? That's the thing. So every Friday for the next 54 to 60 days, I want you to say, did I do enough this week to close 2 or 3 clients? And what that basically means is, did I talk to 20 different businesses this week? Okay, did I talk to 20 different businesses? Did I make contact with 20 to 40 different businesses this week? And if you do that, I guarantee you that at the end of the week, you will have no problem saying, did I do enough to close 2 to 3 businesses? Now, you may not close them that first week, but I guarantee you start putting yourself out there like that, and you will start closing a lot. And within 60 days, you will have an offline business. Okay? That's it. That's it. That's all there is to it. Put everything in your head right now somewhere else. Everything that's distracting you, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Everything that's distracting you, get rid of it. Cynthia says, well, what if they want a full-blown website? I don't do those. Cynthia, move on to another client. Be good at what you do and understand how to refer to others. What I would say, Cynthia, is find a company that you can do referrals to and get a referral fee. So if it's a full site that's something you don't do and it's way past your scope, at least have a company or 2 that you can refer to, and you become the good guy because you told them a great place to go to, and you can make a referral fee off those. Okay? Well, here's the thing, the demos with the system, some of you are saying that you have a system where it costs you $20 a month to host like a demo site. Guys, we're running a business. It's $20 a month. Build the damn demo sites. $20 a month. Come on. You know how much money it costs to run my company every month? It's ridiculous. But it's worth it because we make a whole lot more. So with your demo sites, if it costs you money to host them, damn right, pay the hosting fee. That's an investment in your business, okay? That's an investment in your business, and it's going to make you money down the road. That's all you got. Guys, hope this was great for you. Hope it was powerful. I'll have the replay up in front of you. If for some reason you missed the replay, hit my help desk up. That's drben.co/help. This was the rapid fire selling websites like a pro. I did it like this so you can go back and watch it later and it not take forever. And I hope this is valuable. We covered pretty much everything you're going to need to know to do it. Like I said, the next couple days, the next 60 days, if you want to be successful with this, get all the other crap out of your head. You know, if you've had trouble selling your $5,000 service, your $1,000 service, your $500 a month service, whatever that may be, if you've had trouble with it, do this for the next 60 days and then start pitching your big service to this group of people that you closed out on the website. I guarantee you're going to see a difference in your business. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here today. I had a blast. I hope you did too. It's always a pleasure for me to spend any amount of time with you guys, and I really appreciate it. So I will talk with you soon, and get out there the next 60 days. Write it down on a calendar. Write your goals for each week and what you need to do, and go knock it out of the damn park. I'm excited for you guys. You can do this. You've got the tools. Now you have the knowledge as to how to do it. And if you have any questions, hit up the help desk. We'll be glad to help you out. All right, see you guys. Have a great day. I will talk with you all soon.